looking at one of the most beautiful cities in the United States. Portland has this incredible geographic setting, and we're inland 80 miles from the ocean. We have a very mild climate here. Portland sits in a bowl, and the rimming of the mountains around us in the West Hills really makes us feel like we're in this space that works to hold a really special place. The people that came across the Oregon Trail, really had agriculture in their blood and a love of the land and a protection of the natural resources in mind. So there was a lot of settlement based on that kind of value system. And we've got, over the last 150 years, a place that almost seems like Eden at the end of the Oregon Trail. The Central City Plan that we've been working from for the last 20 years has been achieved. A lot of the components to that are things that we've already done. And so I think we're in a process of really making that next leap forward where we get to dream big again and put newer ideas into place. It will be different. It isn't a question as to should it be different. It's more or less how it's going to be different, because we're expected to gain another 1 million people over the next 20 to 25 years. And Portland really hasn't seen anything quite like that before. So the big question is, how do we maintain the values? How do we maintain the natural resources? How do we maintain the kind of reasons that everybody likes to come here and not turn it into something else that it hasn't meant to be? What we'd like to do with the pdXplore project is to find a way to bring ideas forward to the city officials, the planners, the politicians, and say, this isn't in the planning documents, but does this make sense? Is this a good thing? Does this benefit people? Do they like it? And so I think there is a role for design to get out ahead of some of the plans that are being developed right now and really try to understand what's important to us. The idea of public open space is terribly important. Retail centers where we come together, places that we share, everything down to, coffee shops and dry cleaners, places that we run into our neighbors, places that we see our friends. When you understand a place by virtue of your experience and who's around you, it becomes a more meaningful place. We can have these conversations in a way that, allow those voices to be heard and allow people to make choices within their own neighborhoods that affect them. So I think we have to work very hard at defining our values, talking about them openly, understanding this issue of change that we're getting ready to face, and really get people passionately involved. And I think it'll be a very successful effort.